Hello friends, today we're going to be talking about how to utilize Facebook groups for your real estate investing. In the last decade, social media has become the new marketplace, and it is no different for real estate. Did you realize that you can join very specific real estate groups on Facebook that help people collaborate and find opportunities? Well, today I want to show you how to capitalize on utilizing Facebook groups and how they can help you in your real estate investing career. Could Facebook groups really be the new real estate marketplace? Let's be honest, social media is trending that way. If you want to be on the forefront of the real estate investing world, then you've got to understand how those groups work and how to take advantage of them. So today I'm going to help you first understand what Facebook groups are, specifically real estate investing Facebook groups, but also showing you how to utilize them as a buyer and as a seller, and ultimately how to use them for your advantage. If you're ready, let's go. So how do Facebook groups work? The cool thing about Facebook groups is they align like-minded individuals into a group or a community that can thrive and benefit off each other. And there is literally groups about everything. Even when it comes to real estate, there are groups specific for short-term rentals, mid-term rentals, seller financing, wholesaling. Whatever you imagine, chances are you would be able to find a real estate investing group that fits your niche and your needs on Facebook. And the other interesting thing about Facebook is if you are part of some of these groups, especially if you're active and engaged, because of Facebook's algorithm, those groups, those posts, additional groups that you might not be a part of but could be a part of will show up in your feed. Or if you join a group, there could be additional suggested groups to join that are specific for what you're looking to be a part of. And the other neat thing is you can actually communicate directly with people in that group, whether it's a buyer or a seller. You do have to be careful though, right? Because it is a marketplace, because it is full of buyers and sellers, there are people that will say, hey, if you're looking for more information, enter your email below and I'll send you information. Now you'll enter your email and sure, they'll send you information, but you might also be put on a list from there on out to their mailing list. So you do need to be careful. If you don't have a problem with that, or you have an email that you're fine receiving lots of emails and marketing emails to, then go ahead and do it. But be very selective on when you do it, which groups you do it to. So what are the types of real estate investing groups that exist on Facebook? What are those? What are some of them? Once again, there's almost every kind and it can be very specific. But there's a few that I'm a part of, and it's actually been a real interesting experience and something that has benefited me as a real estate investor. So probably about 2 years ago, I joined a seller financing real estate group. Now the interesting thing is it was a place, a marketplace or a group that people were always posting ideas or even properties that they had found that they were looking to market to a potential buyer, but it was specific to seller financing. So what these individuals were doing is they would go out on their own, they would hustle, they'd find properties that the individual that owned the property was willing to seller finance. Now they would negotiate all the terms, all the money down, everything associated with that property. They would then take that property and they would post it in this group and say, I've got a property, seller financing in this area, here's the terms. To get this property, you've got to come in with 5, 10, 15, 20, 50,000 down, whatever the term was. Obviously it depended on the price of the home, but they were just assigning this contract they had negotiated to a whole group and slew of potential buyers out there. Matter of fact, we found enough good deals that we actually got a seller finance property in Oklahoma and a seller finance property in Utah. So 2 of the properties in my portfolio came from Facebook groups. It's interesting, but it was a great way to find properties and some that are pulling in revenue every single month for me. Another interesting story that I've had personal experience with, I joined a storage unit acquisition Facebook page. I wanted to start to get into storage units about 1.5 years ago. So I joined some Facebook groups. Now some were educational, but some were about property. One day I saw a post for a small storage unit and I actually inquired about it. And I started in dialogue, I engaged with dialogue, and the person I was engaged in the dialogue with was not the owner. Once again, that was looking to assign the contract to somebody else. Now at this point, I had been talking with him enough, he actually put me in contact with the seller. And he and the seller had something worked out, so I didn't have to deal with a third party. As I dealt with the seller, I was able to negotiate this storage unit, this 20 unit, down to below $100,000. And I thought that was a great way to get started in my real estate investing career in the storage unit business. And so we agreed upon a price, closed on the property 1 year ago in December, and I've had that for the last 12 months. But I found that property because of a Facebook group I was a part of. So how can Facebook benefit you as a buyer? As I've talked about, it can be a place where you can scour hundreds of potential properties. I mean, Facebook is becoming a place where people are posting all sorts of real estate deals out there. So as a buyer, it's an endless place and one place that allows you to go to look at lots of different deals. And the cool thing about it, because you're seeing so many deals in one place, you can put lots of different offers out there. And if they don't get accepted, oh well. But if one does get accepted, like my storage unit that I negotiated from maybe $125,000 down to $97,000, that could be something that you can take advantage of, and it can be a great deal for you. Whereas before, when I first began my real estate investing career, I had to look all over different places, the internet, different real estate sites to try and find properties that could be good deals. But now with Facebook and different groups that you join, you might be able to find great deals all in one location. And the other cool thing about it, it's gonna give you connections. If you become a buyer and you find somebody who is actively looking to sell properties, there could be a connection that could be made there that could benefit you for long periods of time. So how can Facebook benefit you as a seller? Well, the exact same way. You're able to find properties and you have an audience of sellers or people interested in looking at properties, or they know people that are looking at properties. A lot of times you have realtors on there that are looking for places for their clientele. So Facebook once again becomes a marketplace where you have a lot of eyes and a lot of people specific for the group that you're a part of that are looking for a real estate investment or a property to own for themselves. So you as a seller, once again, have lots of different buyers' eyes on that property. I mean, even in my own experience, we had bought a property sight unseen in Oklahoma because of a Facebook group. It was a seller financing group. I've never even seen the property, never been to it. It's in a small town in Oklahoma, but it is bringing in $600 a month, and the cost, the seller financing, is $250 a month. Now, it's not a whole bunch of money, but it's a pretty decent return when you figure I'm paying $250 a month for a home in Oklahoma, and it's a small one, and it's in a rural area, but it's bringing in $600 a month. That's not a bad cash-on-cash return where we only had to bring thousands of dollars to the transaction. So how do I use Facebook for my own investing career? Now, I've given you lots of different examples. Facebook has been part of almost every deal that I've done, that I am doing, or I'm currently engaged in. It's really become a major part of my real estate investing career. Even in some of the short-term rentals that I own right now, if I need to find a cleaner, where do you think I go? As I mentioned, I own a home, a vacation rental in Blue Ridge, Georgia. There was a time where we lost our cleaners. There was a site, a Facebook group that I was a part of, just called Blue Ridge, Georgia. I was able to go on there and post, hey, we're looking for cleaners to clean our cabin. And instantly I had people that were commenting, contact this person, contact that person, or somebody saying, I can do that. In one day, in less than 24 hours, we'd found a replacement for our cleaners. There's times where I've had people that have needed rides to the airport from Blue Ridge to Atlanta. I go on that Facebook page, I'm able to find that. It's an amazing place to find connections or find the things that you need for your property in an instant. And even if it's recommendations on where to eat or where to be entertained, Facebook for your real estate investing needs to be part of your strategy from here on out. Now, once again, these are my experiences. These are things that I've seen. This is how I've used Facebook for my own investing career. But I'd love to hear your feedback. Social media is always dynamic, it's always changing, and so there's gonna be innovative ways, and I'd love to hear what you've seen or what you expect to be on the forefront using social media for your investing career. And as always, I got a free gift for you, Aaron's free training. Click on the link below, and there's a free rental calculator. It's really dynamic. You enter the information, you put in all the numbers, and it spits out to you whether it's a good investment or not. And as always, I appreciate you being here, visiting, watching the videos. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thanks again. Have a great day.